What human rights treaties built on the UDHR? Imagine a world where everyone knows their rights and can stand up for them. That's what these treaties are all about. They turn the ideas from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights into real rules countries agree to follow. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights was adopted in 1948 by the United Nations. It was a big step toward making sure everyone is treated fairly and with respect. But words on paper aren't enough. That's where treaties come in. They are formal agreements that make these rights legally binding for countries that sign and ratify them. The most important of these treaties are called the International Bill of Human Rights. It includes two main parts. The first is the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, which started in March 1976. This treaty says governments must protect your right to life, your freedom of religion, and your freedom of speech. It also has two optional protocols. One lets individuals complain if their rights are violated. The other aims to end the death penalty in countries that still use it. The second part is the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, which was adopted in 1966. It requires countries to protect your rights to work, health care, education, and a decent standard of living. As of 2020, 170 countries had ratified this treaty, but some, like the United States, have signed it without ratifying. There are also treaties that focus on specific groups facing discrimination. For example, the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, adopted in 1979, asks countries to promote gender equality and change laws that discriminate against women. It also has an optional protocol for individuals to report violations. The International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination, adopted in 1965, requires countries to fight racial discrimination and promote understanding among races. The Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, from 1992, protects the rights of people with disabilities to health, education, and employment. Other treaties protect vulnerable groups. The Convention on the Rights of the Child, adopted in 1989, extends protections to children. The International Convention on the Protection of the Rights of All Migrant Workers and Their Families, from 2010, ensures migrant workers get fair treatment no matter their legal status. There are also treaties that prevent specific harms. The Convention Against Torture, from 1984, requires countries to stop torture and not send people to countries where they might be tortured. The Genocide Convention, from 1948, was created to prevent mass killings like the Holocaust. The Refugee Convention, from 1951, protects people fleeing persecution. All of these treaties are connected to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Every United Nations member state has ratified at least one of these agreements. Many countries even mention the declaration in their own laws and constitutions. This shows that human rights are not just ideals but legal commitments. When you know about these treaties, you understand that your rights are backed by international law. If your country has ratified a treaty, you can seek help through its mechanisms if your rights are violated. These treaties help make sure that protecting human rights is a shared responsibility across the world.